Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. If you're sick and tired of fitness fads and you're looking for a highly structured, absolutely no-nonsense approach to transforming your health, you are in the perfect place. Today, we're breaking down a truly incredible masterclass based on creator Goblet's personal journey. Get this, she successfully lost 21 kilograms in just 6 months, and she did it entirely at home using only 8 specific workouts. No gatekeeping, no crazy expensive gym memberships, just pure, structured consistency. We've distilled her entire methodology right here, so you can understand exactly how to replicate this incredibly sustainable approach.
I mean, how many of us have been exactly where Saloni was, trying to hack our way to losing belly fat in 7 days, jumping headfirst into those 2-week ab challenges, or forcing ourselves to do 200 crunches a day? She was literally working out 3 times a day at one point. And the result? Absolutely nothing worked. It is so incredibly frustrating when you pour in all that effort but rely on those quick fixes. Okay, let's dive into this and look at the real, sustainable solution that actually moves the needle.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The truth about fat loss. 2. Full body fat burners. 3. Core and muscle building. 4. The ultimate workout circuit. And finally, 5. The 80% diet rule. This roadmap is designed to build your new routine completely from the ground up.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the truth about fat loss, busting the biggest fitness myth out there.
We've got to address the absolute elephant in the room right off the bat regarding those stubborn belly and thigh fat routines. Look, the biggest myth holding people back is spot reduction. Hear this clearly. You literally cannot choose where your body loses fat from. You can't just do 1,000 crunches to melt away belly fat. The reality is overall fat loss. Your body loses fat from everywhere, uniformly. Realizing this early on is going to save you an immense amount of time and frustration. It's not about simply doing more and more exhausting targeted workouts. It's entirely about doing the right workouts within a time frame that you can actually sustain month after month.
Actually, before we go any further, I want to ask you for a small commitment. If you're someone who struggles to stay consistent, I want you to actively commit right now. Grab a piece of paper or just open the Notes app on your phone and type out this exact phrase. I am going to transform my body this year. Seriously, do it. I'm not asking you to do this just to waste your time. Studies actually show that when you physically write your goals down, you are significantly more likely to stick to them. Sometimes you don't need a massive, overwhelming wave of motivation. You just need a small, simple commitment to yourself.
Moving right along to Section 2, full body fat burners. This is the absolute foundation of your transformation.
All right, now we're getting into the actual movements. These are the exercises designed to really spike your heart rate and engage your entire body all at once. What's truly interesting is how these specific moves, despite being pretty universally hated, work like absolute magic for fat loss. First up, burpees. Nobody likes them, but in one single move, squatting down, dropping, and jumping back up, your entire body is working. Now, if you're a beginner, don't worry. You can easily modify it. Just step back 1 foot at a time and skip the jump at the end. Second, mountain climbers. You get into a plank and run your knees up to your chest. It totally tests your arm strength and heavily spikes that heartbeat. For both of these, you're aiming for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps.
Let's see how this builds with our next essential fat burner, the squat. Think about it. Your legs are your biggest muscles. So, when you're squatting, you're training your largest muscle group, which means you're burning the most overall fat. Here's the progression. Step 1, normal squats. Go nice and slow and sit back just like you're sitting in a chair. Step 2, when you're ready to level up, turn them into jump squats by adding a small, explosive jump at the top. And step 3, grab some dumbbells. Once you add that extra weight, you'll really feel the burn, and that is exactly where you properly start building muscle. Now, while you're doing those sets of 10 to 15 reps, you might hear the phrase training till failure. So the crucial point is understanding what failure actually means here. It is not a bad thing at all. It's a massive victory. Failure is the exact point during a set where you physically cannot push through another single repetition. If you get completely stuck on your 7th rep and your body just screams, "No more," that's your point of failure. It depends entirely on the load you're carrying and your personal capacity. Pushing to this limit is the exact moment your body actually starts adapting and building muscle.
That brings us to Section 3, core and muscle building, shaping what is underneath. Before we break down these exercises, we need a quick reality check. Ab workouts do not burn belly fat. Your overall routine and your diet handle the fat loss. These core exercises merely build and shape the muscle underneath. So here are the 4 foundational sculpting moves you need. First, push-ups. They build your arms, chest, and shoulders like crazy.
If full push-ups are too hard right now, do knee push-ups or even do them against a wall. Just starting is what matters. Second, planks. Get into a straight position and consciously tighten your stomach and glutes. Start at just 15 seconds, but level up to 20 seconds the next day. Third, bicycle crunches. Twist your opposite knee to your elbow nice and slow. Really focus on the twist to build that mind-muscle connection. Finally, glute bridges. Lie on your back, lift your hips, and squeeze. If you sit at a desk all day, this is an absolute must-do for your lower back and glutes.
All right, section 4, the ultimate workout circuit. This is where we put it all together.
Now that we have our 8 individual exercises, burpees, squats, mountain climbers, push-ups, planks, bicycle crunches, glute bridges, and hey, let's add alternating lunges into the mix too. It's time to combine them into one highly effective fat-burning circuit. You are going to perform each active exercise for 40 seconds straight, followed immediately by 20 seconds of rest. Once you complete all the exercises in the sequence, you take a 2-minute circuit break. Then you repeat this entire process for a total of 3 rounds. Whew! Just talking about it, you can imagine the burn, right? And as you get stronger week by week, you can spice things up by reducing that 20-second rest time.
Finally, Section 5, the 80% diet rule. Honestly, this is the most important part of the whole shebang.
Please, do not skip over this part. Because the crazy truth, working out is actually the easy part. Food, what you actually put on your plate, is where most people completely derail their progress and fail to see results. Here is the real balance of a physical transformation. It is 80% diet and food and only 20% workouts. And this brilliantly illustrates that you do not need some miserable, restrictive, super strict diet. The rule is brilliantly simple. Just eat up to 80% of your actual appetite. Stop before you feel completely stuffed. Try to add protein to every single meal and just make sure your plate is balanced. That's exactly how you build muscle and lose fat simultaneously without driving yourself crazy.
Here is the golden rule you have to remember. Consistency is absolutely greater than perfection. Look, we're all human. There are going to be days where you absolutely do not want to work out at all, or days where you eat something that isn't perfectly clean. And you know what? That is completely normal. What truly dictates your transformation is what you do most of the time. Not one bad day, not one bad meal. If you stay consistent with these core habits, the results will inevitably follow.
So, that brings me to a direct question for you. What is your goal? After seeing how wonderfully straightforward and structured this approach really is, will you commit to your transformation today? Remember, you don't need a fancy gym, you don't need hours of your day, and you certainly don't need to starve yourself. You just need 8 foundational workouts, an 80% balanced diet, and the willpower to stay consistent. I really hope this explainer empowered you to start your journey right now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.